I would recommend that government offices, even private sectors, should go on certificate verification. They should go on certificate verification because a lot more will be revealed if we do so. Those people that we think are, these, will be surprised at what will be revealed. I think, the emphasis on paper qualification should be reduced as much as possible, and then to stem the tide, government offices, parastatals, private sectors should put in mechanism towards verification of their staff.
Now, when you say they should put in mechanism into the verification of the certificate of their staff, let's take a cue from what happened recently. We have an appointed minister accused of forging a certificate. He went through a series of verification. Even the DSS vetted him, and the credentials presented in the National Assembly also did the same before the appointment. And at the end of the day, we learned that he forged, the certificate he presented. And even among the legal luminary, even among some judges too, we've learned some of them go as far as falsifying their age and giving or presenting conflicting certificates and all that. At what point are we going to forget about basing people's qualification or people's activity solely on the certificate that they possess? Because I don't see how one crazy can rise or get to the position of a director of lands administration in the Federal Capital Territory, with a fourth certificate up until when these groups started pointing or making this accusation about it.
That is what we are saying. That deeper. If we dig deeper, you'll be amazed at what we, that will come up. Certificate forgery and what have you. It is so pervasive in our society these days that we need to, tackle it headlong. That is what I'm saying. And that a deliberate and intentional effort should be made to be able to see that government offices, for instance, parastatals, and then organized private sectors, before you engage somebody, do verification, write the school, even without the person knowing, let them speak and all that. If you notice a gray area, or if you are not satisfied, you probe deeper. That was the case of the Minister for Innovation, Science and Technology. They verified his certificate, but some people went beyond that to be able to unravel what the real issue is. So I recommend that government offices, parastatals, organized private sectors, and even non-organized private sectors should take up the gunto, because it's going to be a national malaise, if care is not taken. And our emphasis on, paper qualification, we should, reduce the emphasis on paper qualification and begin to see competence and capacity as part of the problem. As part of what you come to job with, what you apply to, and all that. So it is very imperative that the society should do a reorientation of our value system.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you so much.
A few months ago,
a few months ago, the federal government launched a portal for verification of certificates. So we're waiting to see how that will turn out, and very soon, hopefully, we will no longer have issues of people claiming certificates and claiming where they did not graduate from. But let's talk about weightier matters. Controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has challenged the Pope, that's Pope Leo XIV, for listing Nigeria among countries where Christians face frequent attacks. This has been an ongoing conversation. Now, he joined us this morning for VOP TV's breakfast show, that's VOP This Morning, and he described the Pope's comment about an alleged Christian genocide as sentimental. He's saying Nigerian Christians have been sentimental. Some Nigerian pastors who are talking about this have been sentimental. The Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria have been sentimental. The Christian Association of Nigerian Youths have been sentimental. That is, Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo is being sentimental. Prophet Isa El-Buba is being sentimental. The people who are seeing their family members being murdered gruesomely for absolutely no reason at all are being sentimental. I, as a journalist, have been privy to seeing videos of people mangled beyond recognition, Bodies burnt beyond all recognition. I'm talking people being buried in mass graves, shallow graves, people like you and I. I want to bring this back to the studio, and Vice Darlington Agomo, I want you to answer these questions. Who exactly is being sentimental amongst the people who are talking about the gruesome attacks they've been facing, and people who are hell-bent on making sure that those voices are not heard? The people who are hell-bent on saying, no, this cannot be the people who are doing it. We understand that every religion has extremism, but you'll agree with me that it is only one religion that we are seeing has so much terrorism. When we talk about Boko Haram, when we talk about ISWAP, when we talk about ISIS, when we talk about Hezbollah, when we talk about Hamas, all of these people practice one religion. That's not to say that people of this religion are mostly extremists. But what exactly is it that these people are looking for, that Nigeria has not given them, that they have taken to killing people, both Muslims and Christians? And what do you think about what Sheikh Gumi is saying about all of this?
The the issue of being sentimental here is unfounded. Because if we would have been replying or retaliating. You know, something like Leah Sharibu would have been a big issue if we had been sentimental. But nobody is talking about that girl and what she's going through. I can't imagine any Christian group holding a Muslim girl against her religious faith. I can't imagine that happening in Nigeria. But it happened here. A Christian girl is being held now. And yet, the people that are talking, they didn't see it as any problem. As far as they are concerned, that one doesn't matter. The girl is a nobody, you know. They can even kill her, nothing will happen. And now you turn around to say we are sentimental. To even refer that to the Pope is an insult on his own. I expect Christian clergy, clergymen to answer Sheikh Gumi. Because the level of arrogance and impunity, especially coming from him, is too much. All because of this our peaceful nature. You can see what it has cost us. You can see. Are
you saying that Christians should also go on a killing rampage? I mean, what would that portend for Nigeria if every religion begins to take up arms against the other?
Look, whenever there is balance of power, go and check. There's peace there. Anywhere where you have balance of power. Why is it that America and Russia have not gone to war? Because each of them have what it takes to destroy each other.
Barrister, some people have come up to say that Nigerian constitution in one way or another still emboldened this that we're having today, more like creating a room for religious superiority in Nigeria. Do you also share another thought as a legal practitioner and luminary?
That what?
That the constitution emboldened a particular religion to play a supremacy role over others. Do you also share that line of thought?
Of course, yeah, because when this constitution was being constructed, because I don't think it was written, it was constructed by some people. The Christian faith in Nigeria, they didn't see all the booby trap there. They didn't see it.
Now, if that should be the case, this constitution has faced series of amendments. 1999, it was amended, and we've been tinkering one part or another of it. Why is it that people are not looking at the holistic way of amending the constitution, especially when it has to do with such sensitive issues that has to do with supremacy of one religion over another? Because we're a secular nation.
Because you, the Christians, we are sleeping on your rights. The Christian faith in Nigeria are sleeping on their rights. So anything they have to do with religion, the Muslim faith had to take a preeminence. That is the truth. And you, the Christian, you will surrender. You will not even ask questions. Like this in the Constitution. It is almost all the Sharia tradition and culture. In our national constitution. National constitution. Meanwhile, this is supposed to be a tradition and culture of a faith. Okay, where is the Christian tradition and culture in that constitution? Where is it? Don't we have canon law? You can see. You should have insisted that let them put our own Christian tradition and culture there. But you sold it. You sold out. You sold out on your religious rights.
This sounds like you're actually blaming Nigerians or the founding fathers of Nigeria or the people who, like you said, constructed the constitution for what we are currently facing. But if we look at it, there has been a systemic and systematic wiping out of certain people from their ancestral lands. That is what we are looking at here. Whether they are Christians or they are Muslims, the fact still remains that there are people in this country who cannot sleep with both eyes closed. Communities are going ahead to sign peace deals with bandits who come into these communities like celebrities, live like celebrities, to the extent that people of these communities are taking pictures with them. These people come for peace deals with various weapons. It's almost as if they do not trust the Nigerian government. People like Shegumi keep advocating for non-kinetic measures, but both kinetic and non-kinetic measures, contrary to what the Nigerian government has been telling us, the people who have been affected say it is not helping at all. When the Nigerian government goes on the international scene, when the Attorney General of Federation, when the Foreign Affairs Minister goes on the international scene, goes for interviews and tells people that there is nothing like a Christian genocide in Nigeria and that the Nigerian government is winning the war against insecurity, is it actually true? Because while we're talking about this, there are reports, we are still trying to confirm that report, that terrorists ambushed the government girls' secondary school in Kebbi State this morning and cutted away many girls. This was what happened with the Chibok girls. This was what happened with the Dapchi girls. And it seems to be happening again. And yet they tell us they're winning the war against insecurity. Those of us in Lagos, we walk about, it seems like all is well. But our brothers and sisters who live in the hinterlands know that all is not well because they give us these reports.
My dear, what you are just read out here is the docility of the Christian community.
That's why I'm asking you again. Are you saying Christians should take up arms? Because it is not in the habit of Christians to take up arms and fight for their gods. That is what we've been seeing over and over again. If the Christians take up arms, the Muslims take up arms, will it not become a guerrilla warfare? Will Nigeria not become a war zone? Which is what we have been trying to ensure that it's not happening.
You know that Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace, a very peaceful man. Is that not true? But at a point, Jesus Christ had to use cane to flog some people to stop trading in his father's house. So, if you're a peaceful man and people are taking your peaceful nature for granted and they want to wipe you out of the face of the earth, are you still going to remain peaceful?
Barrister, when you look at the Constitution of Nigeria, the first or the highest duty is placed on the government to secure lives, property also of the people. So are we going to let the government enjoy the money that we pay them, whereas we, that happen to be the taxpayers, will be the one that will also provide security for ourselves?
Bina, I would like to add to that question by asking, if you're given a gun right now, Barrister Darlington, would you lead a contingent to protect Nigerian Christians?
Why not, if not?
You're ready to carry gun. You're ready to be at the forefront and lead the warfare.
I want to ask you a question. The people that are carrying it and killing Christians, do they have two heads? These are issues we are talking about. Somebody is coming to wipe you and your family away, and you have a gun, and you say, no, I'm a Christian, I'm not supposed to carry a gun. Are you serious?
I mean, you quoted the Bible, and there is nowhere in the Bible where the Bible told Christians to carry guns and defend their faith. But I'd like to bring Maziamobi Hegbero into this conversation.
Where did the Quran say that Muslims should kill somebody? Where is it?
All right, Mazi, let's get you join the conversation. What do you make of the statement by...
Thank you very much.
And then how you call the statement of Pope Leo XIV a sentimental one, and how he's been so vocal, packing all the things he's been talking about, sponsoring, or rather going out to meet with the bandits, talking to them, providing measures, talking about giving them amnesty and all that. Let's get your opinion on that, please.
Yeah, before now, in Buhari's administration, it was an open secret that the roles Sheikh Gumi played went into discuss with them and all that. And nothing happened. So people, and rightly too, that the Buhari administration is treating Sheikh Gumi with kid gloves, which is not supposed to be, because it's like he knew much about the bandits and what have you. And in recent times also, he has also said that those coffins we see, that they were curated and all that, from the same Sheikh Gumi.
No, he
said Gumi is like he knows more about bandits.
Mazi, he said something today when that question was true to him. He said that he was just trying to quote a doctor who told him that some persons were burying empty coffins, And then he said he wrote something on his Facebook account asking how true or how verified is that information.
Yeah, it was in public domain. I'm trying to, stray or tell you about the trajectory of Sheikh Gumi and what he does. In Senate claims, Sheikh Gumi should be helping the government in trying to unravel this monster called insecurity, because it's like he knew more. He knows much about what is going on. Incidentally, it's an untouchable. No one touches it and all that, which is very, very unfortunate. In Senate, Sheikh Gumi should be helping the security agencies in trying to understand the dynamics of security in Nigeria. But it's like people are above the law in this country. And I also learned that American Congress is inviting the conference where people will come and and these guys were invited. They said no, they are not coming. It is the Christians that said we are being killed. We also know that some Muslims are also being killed. But Christians that are raising an alarm that come and see what is happening to us, and they should not. You understand? While there are avalanche of evidence to show that there are killings of Christians more in proportion than the Muslims and all that. Muslims are also reigning. Let's get it right. What America is saying is that they are coming to take out those people that kill Christians.
Exactly.
If it is Christians that it is Muslims that kill Christians or Muslims that kill Muslims, so be it. But people are changing the narrative to try to change the narrative to suit and the Nigerian government is not helping that either.
The story around surrounding issue of insecurity is a sensitive one. And then,
let me land on my thoughts. The way the it's like they don't want to solve this problem head on. You agree that there is this, but the Nigerian government is like that. That's what we're saying.
All right. The thing is this: we know that the issue of insecurity is one that will require a whole lot.
And no country survives religious war.
But we see how
is religion.
We'll see how this actually plays out. Of course, even the president have sent emissary to Plateau State to have a discussion between, the Christians and the Fulanis for them to discuss on how it's going to be. We'll let that play out and also bring it to the fore. But let's due to
we don't need emissaries. The president having sent those people to Plateau signifies admittance, acknowledgement that there is a problem, and what these people are saying is true. And we don't need emissaries. We need actions.
All right.
Enough of this. Hear that if government don't want to solve a problem, they constitute a committee to look into a problem. You don't need committee.
All right.
The security agencies should work surreptitiously, covertly, to be able to get this, and within a record time, we should be having dividend of their new appointments.
All right, thank you so much. I guess we have new heads now. We have new chiefs appointed by the president, and we'll see what they will do and how they will defend themselves and make sure that they exonerate themselves and push out their names from the backlash of Nigeria. Now, let me ask you this, please. We've been getting back and forth from the People's Democratic Party. There was a convention that happened yesterday and the day after that, and guess what happened? People were suspended. People were expelled. Let me use the word expelled from the party. But we learned again today that the faction that was expelled have another meeting today, emergency meeting, where they are talking about bringing themselves back. We have the likes of Samuel Anyanwu and even Nyesom Wike, and converging, having a board of trustee meeting today at 11 o'clock for them to discuss how to push the party forward. What is really playing out in PDP? A suspended or expelled team having a meeting to decide or deliberate on what their fate to be like.
My simple answer here is that PDP is dead. The kind of punches the kind of onslaught that PDP is undergoing now, I do not think they will survive it in 2027. That's my simple opinion. PDP is gone. Look at what transpired in the convention. Even the, what is it called? The chairman of the said was not part of it. About 3 governors, dissented. So what are we talking about here? PDP is gone and is gone.
Okay.
Whatever you see, I do not think that PDP will survive this 2000. The remaining people in PDP in the next 2 weeks will defect.
Thank you so much.
And that will sink the barrier. Unfortunately, so we're looking for another credible opposition that can match APC. As at now, the ADC.
We're having a little.
We need a credible opposition.
Somehow we get it. We don't.
It's not here. So what it means effectively is that AP have their way all through.
Thank you, Mazi.
Which is very, very bad for us.
Thank you so much, Mazi. We do appreciate you for joining us on the Midday News today.
Thank you.
We would like to come back to you, Barrister Darlington Angoma, before we go. Just answer this question in 1 minute. Do you agree with Mazi's sentiment that PDP is literally 6 feet under? They finally expelled Wike, which is what many Nigerians have been clamoring for, but their problem does not seem to have come to an end.
Yeah, except PDP reinvents itself.
How can it reinvent itself?
By starting on a new slate.
How can it start on a new slate?
By coming together.
They are already together. They came together to do their convention, and 4 governors did not come for the convention.
They did not, because some people did not show up. And now some people are holding a different meeting entirely. So except all these warring parties come together and sheath their sword, that is when I will now agree that PDP is gone or dead.
All right, then.
Because the meeting they are holding today with Wike Washer, is it not under PDP? It's under PDP. So unless a new body comes up, and I doubt it, they may not take part in this 2027 election. They won't.
That would be quite unfortunate for many Nigerians who fear that the country is slowly descending into a one-party state. Barrister Darlington Angoma,